Hello, and welcome to Your School in Real Time, a television show that allows local high schools to promote any upcoming events or special achievements with their community. I'm your host, Beatrice Mills, and joining me today are a few members from Grasso Technical High School, located in Groton, Connecticut. Now, Grasso Tech is a high school that offers a variety of trade technologies, or more commonly known as shops, that prepare their students for paid apprenticeships after graduation or even college graduation, or education, as many of their students go on to continue with. Today I have the privilege to have a few members from the Grasso Tech community. To my left is Miss Melanie Wade, the music instructor of the school, and to my right are a few high school juniors who are also involved in the music program at Grasso Tech. So we have Patricia Destine and Francisco Lopez, and they are both Miss Melanie Wade's students. So I'm going to start. Before I start talking about the music program, I'd like to, let the audience know a little bit about yourselves. So,
Sure.
Miss Melanie Wade, you can start.
Well, I'm a local person. I grew up in Ledyard. I'm a proud graduate of Ledyard High School and their music program. And then I went to study at Ithaca College. I have degrees in vocal performance and music education. And I was hired at Grasso Tech as my first job. And I've been building the program there since 2010.
So what are some of the programs that Grasso Tech offers in the music department?
Well, in music, we offer chorus and band to all 4 grades. We also offer piano, music theory, and music appreciation to upper level students. So starting in grade 10, they can take additional music courses.
And so those are part of the curriculum, those are electives?
Right, so music courses happen on the academic side. As you have already mentioned, Grasso Tech has both a trade technology side and an academic side. So when students are in academics, it's just like they're in a regular high school. So music happens during academics.
Interesting. And there are other programs, so students can be involved in the band, you have a choir, and you two are both involved in those?
Yes.
All right, so before I get into those, what grade are you in? Where are you from?
I'm in 11th grade. I'm from New London, Connecticut.
And Francisco?
11th grade from New London, Connecticut also.
So Grasso Tech accepts students from, they're located in Groton, Connecticut, but they accept students from all over New London County, and that's part of the program that you guys are involved in. You're not from Groton, but you attend their school. So just a little heads up to the viewers out there. And you are both involved in choir and band, so tell me a little bit about being involved in those.
Well, in chorus, we go to a lot of field trips. We go to the festival, we go to competition, and band also goes to competition. It's fun. Miss Wade is the best.
High words of praise.
Well, in chorus, we do a lot of fun stuff, but we work hard too, but it's mostly fun working. It's not oh, you gotta do this hard and all that. It's fun. You can do pretty much whatever as long as you respect for others and all that.
And do you have to audition for either the band or the choir?
No.
So all students who are interested in playing an instrument or singing can participate?
Yep.
Yes.
As long as you try.
And do either of you take one of the electives as part of your course curriculum?
Yes.
Yeah, we're both in
Music appreciation.
yeah.
And what goes on in music appreciation?
Well, usually music appreciation until now has been a music history course, although sometimes I get lucky. The section, Patricia and Francisco are both in the same section. And it's a small course where I have students who also take choir with me. So I'm able to kind of mess with that curriculum a little bit so we can do some projects related to choir in that class. One time they started writing the program notes for the concert, which involves some research. They just completed presentations on historical composers. Although next year, the music appreciation curriculum is changing entirely. Instead of exploring music history, we'll be exploring music as part of our life now, music as innovation, where you talk about music and technology and how they're related. Music as revolution, we'll talk about music's role in the civil rights movement and protest songs. So it's going to be a completely different course next year. I'm really excited about it.
And can you tell me a little bit about the piano and the music theory courses?
Sure. So starting sophomore year, students can take piano. It's a group piano class, so I have a piano lab. And we start with very simple, these are white keys, these are black keys, here's how you play them. And We do the Scale Olympics when they start their scales. And then in June, all of the piano students give a recital. And I have so many now that we actually do the recital over 3 or 4 days with all of the students. And so their families are allowed to come, teachers are allowed to come watch. It's a really nice day. And music theory is a full credit course that seniors can take, and it's about the rules of reading and writing music, you know, how to write a G major chord and what makes a scale a scale. So they learn about the rules on the page as opposed to performing. And students can actually take that instead of a 4th year of math at Grasso Tech.
Oh, okay, so that's sort of a substitute for one of their regular courses.
Exactly.
Okay, and did you say that you were taking piano next year or this year?
I'm taking piano next year.
All right, and you both are in The Apprentice, so can you tell me about that? The appreciation, sorry.
Music appreciation is basically the timeline of music when it started till now. And basically, we started in medieval?
Medieval,
Okay.
absolutely. Good job.
Medieval
Still remember that.
well, till now, we're like in romantic right
Yeah,
now.
we just
Romanticism,
finished
yeah.
classical, and your new composers were from the Romantic era.
Yeah, and it's fun. I love the class.
It's pretty fun and competitive when we play the Jeopardy games.
Oh,
It
yeah.
gets a little,
So it's not like a lot of research. We
little
also play
intense.
games,
So I take it that's your favorite part.
kind of.
Yeah,
When I win.
guess it's ready for the test.
Now, along with these music courses, you are also in the shop programs. Now, can you tell me a little about those, what shop program you're in?
I'm in hairdressing, and basically we have our salon. We have the sophomore and freshman side. Basically, it tells us the basic, and then once you go to the junior and senior side, it has the salon, and we get clients from outside of the school, and it gets us ready for what we're gonna go to when we get to a real salon, and it's.
They also prepare them to take their state exam. So
yeah.
almost all of them, when they graduate, are actually licensed to become hairdressers. The girl who does my hair is a Grasso Tech graduate.
Oh.
She graduated and she was licensed, and she was very smart, actually. She, while she was working at Grasso Tech, got a job, while she was learning at Grasso Tech, I should say, she got a job in a salon. And at that time, all she was allowed to do, because she was so young, was sweep the floors, you know, all the hair off the floors. But then she worked the desk, so she got some experience doing that. And when she graduated, she was licensed, and they offered her to chair right away. So the day after she graduated, she was employed. And that's a really great success story about Grasso Tech. I mean, that's what the school is there for. It's there for kids who want to get a jump start on their career. So they all graduate with their high school diploma and a trade certificate.
And would you say that's more common, that students who attend Grasso Tech, they go on to start their careers immediately after graduation, or would you say that it's 50-50 and going on to college? And
I know that many go on to college, and a lot of times a student, because they're already ahead in their field, they can go on to work while they go to school part-time. So like some students will go on, they'll get a job at a hair salon, for instance, but they'll also take classes at a community college, so they're able to pay to put themselves through that college education. A lot of other students might go on directly to work, and Grasso Tech does a great job of setting students up with internships while they're already there. We have a work-based learning program where students, while they're in shop, actually get paid to be an apprentice at a local. For instance, you can work at EB, some of our drafting students do, and they get paid to work during the school day, which is really nice.
yeah, that is really nice. Now, have you ever thought of doing that, Patricia?
Yeah, when I go to college, I want to work in a salon while I'm in college.
Nice. And what about you, Francisco?
Well, I'm in culinary, and it's basically you got to go there with passion. You can't just go there saying, "Oh, I want to do this," because my friends are in there. You got to go there with passion, and we do a lot of work, like hard work. But at the end of the day, if you like what you're doing, it's fun. And my chefs, they help out a lot, especially now that we're thinking about going to college. They help you out a lot. Like Chef Miguel, he's a graduate from CIA, and everyone in my shop is like crazy with CIA right now. So he's a lot of help. And I'll say like 85% of Grasso thinks about going to college. So they really help you out a lot. Like they just help you.
The kids in culinary, the freshmen and sophomores help prepare the school lunch, and they serve all the school lunch. And the juniors and seniors run a full-service restaurant that's open to the public and also to the staff.
Oh, so there's a little peppering in there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we
sure.
make our fruits from scratch.
I mean, there's some perks. There's some perks to working at Grasso Tech. I mean, they've been able to fix my car. I can get an oil change while I'm at work, which is wonderful. I had somebody hit my car and dent it, and I was able to get it repaired in auto body. I have a full-service restaurant downstairs. I've paid to get a manicure on my prep period to go to a wedding that night. I mean, there's some definite perks to working over there. So, but everything is open to the public, and we subscribe just like paying customers to the public, and it's really great. So.
And if a customer from the public wanted to come to Grasso and get some of that, they wanted to get their car fixed or, get a manicure or their hair done or, taste some food, how would they be able to do that? How would they contact the school?
They call the shops, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
the restaurant's only open on certain days.
Yeah,
so.
they schedule it with us.
Right. So and if you have a car problem and you want your car to be fixed, or if you have, a car that you might like to donate, I believe you can call the shops and they'll set you up. All the information's on our website.
Oh, yes, and we have our website on the screen. So if you go
There it
to www.cttech.org/Grasso, you have all the information there. And then back to the music program. So is it nice to have that, that outlet of doing something that you really love? I mean, obviously you love being with the culinary arts program. You love being with the barbershop program. So is it nice that you have that outlet with music also to incorporate with that?
Yes, because not gonna lie, at the end of the day, you're really not stressed out, but at the point of you just want to go home. But as soon as you go into chorus or band, you're with people and you're just gonna play music. It's we really have fun there, and we come together as a family basically, and we just have fun with everything. Yeah.
And there are a couple of upcoming events that you have. So Matilda the Musical is being performed at the Schubert, New Haven on May 19th. Mm-hmm. Then you also have the Middle School Choir Invitational at Grasso Tech May 21st. So the Middle School Choir Invitational?
Right. So in a regular LEA high school, so let's say Fitch High School, they have what's called a feeder program, meaning that Mr. Frascarelli, who teaches at the high school, can call down to the middle schools and say, hey, who's coming? What's going on? Grasso Tech doesn't have a middle school. We feed in from 22 schools. So we don't necessarily have that community connection because we're so spread out. We're feeding in from so many towns. So this year we're starting a middle school festival. We have 5 middle school choirs coming to sing with us. So we can start to build that connection and that community with the schools around us. We might have some brothers and sisters that get to sing together, which I think is really cool. I have brothers and sisters who sing, and I really like it when we all get to sing together. So I'm excited for that. We have over 200 middle schoolers coming to work with our choir. Yeah, and our choir is about 89 kids, so there's going to be a lot of singers that day.
Nice. So, and then in June, there are also a couple of programs. June 5th, you have Music in the Parks at Six Flags New England.
Yes.
I bet that sounds a lot of fun.
Yes.
You guys are probably excited for that. And then June 9th, you have the Pops concert at Grasso Tech.
Yes, so all year long, we give 3 major concerts at Grasso Tech: winter, spring, and Pops. And the kids work really hard all year in winter and spring doing music that is, nutritious. It's the stuff, like in our concert just now, we sang in 4 languages. We had a concert yesterday. We sang in 4 languages. The kids sang a 16th century melody, and they also sang a South African tune. They sang 2 gospel tunes. The band played all music from Earth, Sea, and Sky. So they played an Irish ballad. They played a march. They played variations on a sea shanty. I mean, there's all of this really academic music, and all year long they say, Miss, we want to play this. Miss, we want to play this. All these songs from the radio and TV, and I say, you have to wait, you have to wait. And so in June we do Pops Concert, which is all songs from radio or TV or movies, similar to what the Boston Pops will do. Familiar music, and so it's kind of a reward at the end, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. The music is still hard, and usually we're in a rush to get it on, and it's happening at the same time where we go to our competition. So This year they're very close together. Our competition at Six Flags, we do not sing the pop music, we sing the academic music. And so we're actually preparing 2 programs at once right now in the next month and a half.
I mean, where do you get the time? How much time is involved with this? I mean, how much do you practice? This is so much. This is almost overwhelming.
It is. And the schedule is tough. That's our biggest obstacle as a choir and a band. So whereas in an LEA school, because the kids are in academics full time, some schools see their choirs or bands every other day or even every day. Some schools see their choir or band, and that's not what happens here. I get band and chorus twice a week each. For about 45 minutes, and I see them half at a time because when half the school is in academics, half the school is in shop. So Francisco and Patricia are juniors. The 10th and 11th graders rehearse together. For choir, I'll see them Tuesdays and Thursdays during their academic cycle for 45 minutes for anywhere from 5 to 15 school days, but usually about 2 weeks. And then they go away. They go to shop for 2 weeks, and I see the 9th and 12th graders. And I go over with them everything we went through with the 10th and 11th graders, and they switch back and forth. They actually never get to rehearse together during the day. We do have some after-school rehearsals, which are really important because they never get to rehearse together. So we usually do 2 or 3 of those before a concert, but the kids have to work really hard. That's part of the challenge at Grasso Tech. They spend 90 days in academics and 90 days in shop. So what a school, an LEA school would do in a full year, we have to squish into half a year.
That's crazy.
Because the other half is getting an equal education in the shop. So it's a difficult program, but I think well worth it.
How do you guys feel about that? Is that challenging? I mean, I would imagine so.
It is, but I like the fact that when we actually meet the other side, like basically, we come together, and even if you dislike the person or anything, you kind of teach them, you help them out. We help each other out. Even like if you're struggling, oh, we'll help you. Like we help. It's cool.
So there's a bit of a mentorship in that.
Yes.
Sure, and I have a little bit of a strategy where certain songs I'll work a little bit harder with the sophomores and juniors, and other ones I'll work a little bit harder with the freshmen and seniors, so they can kind of carry each other when we get all together, rather than all being strong on 2 and weak on 2. I've at least got half and half.
It's balanced. There's a balance there.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys participate in any musical programs outside of school? Like church choir or anything?
I'm in my church choir. I go to Mount Moriah Church.
And do you think that's helped you with the school choir or in the music classes at all? Preparing
Well,
you?
Yes, because it keeps my voice strong and I'm ready to go for school.
What about
So,
you,
yeah.
Francisco?
My church is actually trying to make a choir right now, but kinda. We're not there yet.
Not there yet. Now, are there any national competitions?
There are. We usually will go to a regional competition. It's very expensive to go to the national ones. But every 4 years we go to a larger one. So this year we're going to Six Flags, which anybody can go to. We'll have schools there from New Hampshire, from Massachusetts. They come from all over. Anyone could go. I mean, in theory, somebody from California could show up at Six Flags New England if that's where they wanted to go. So it is possible, but every 4 years we try to go a little bit further. We've been to Boston twice, and there we have had schools from California, from Oregon, from Canada that we compete against. So it can be tough.
Grasso Tech has done extremely well in the past at those competitions. At the Festivals of Music in Boston, Massachusetts last year, the concert band received a good rating in first place ranking. The concert choir received an excellent rating and second place ranking. And then Grasso Tech was also awarded the Esprit de Corps Award for the school with the best attitude, behavior, and determination. So, Grasso Tech has received numerous awards for the performing ensemble. You must be pretty proud.
I have never been so proud as when we won the Esprit de Corps Award.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they saw I was jumping up and down. I was so excited. I'm always proud of them when they win a performance award. They work really hard. We do compete against schools of similar sizes, so it's not like we're going up against some 2,000 person school. We don't do that. We compete against schools that are 750 students or less. And we're still a smaller one compared to that. We have just over 500 in the school. So anyway, so we compete in our division, but then when you go to these competitions, they judge you from the moment you walk in the door. You're evaluated on your behavior, on your attitude, on your general outlook. Are you happy to be there? Are you, having a little bit of an attitude problem, like, oh, I'm here to...
So you're being watched at all times.
All times, and even in the park. So last year we went to Boston for a bigger competition, and they are not divisions. Any school that's there is up for the Esprit de Corps award, and they only give one, and they give it last because it's the biggest prize of the day. And we won it, and I've just never been so proud.
Congratulations. Now, you mentioned something about expenses, how these competitions, to go to them, they're expensive. Yes. Is there any fundraising involved in that?
We do a lot. We do a lot of fundraisers where we sell a lot of food items, like we do butter braids and cookie dough. We might do Little Caesars pizza next year. In the past, our hotel and hospitality shop has helped, and Culinary Arts has helped us do a pasta dinner. And those two shops are invaluable to us at that time. And we were able to, with their help, bring in a lot of money and a lot of people to Grasso Tech to see what really goes on there. A great thing is when all the shops can come together and work. We had hotel and hospitality and culinary help us out last night. And then this morning when we had to clear all the equipment, the bioenvironmental technology kids happened to be out and saw me dragging drums down the hallway. And they're just great kids and they have a great instructor. So they said, we'll help. And like lightning, all my stuff was back in my room. So in the past, carpentry and electrical have helped us when we play. We do the Groton parade, the Holiday Light Parade, and they helped us build this wonderful float. Plumbing got us a truck, and electrical and carpentry built all this stuff and wired it to go on. Automotive and auto body are always finding ways to drive us around. I mean, really, we get help from everybody. So it's very nice.
Everyone's helping out everyone at Grasso Tech.
I mean, that's my favorite part, is when everybody can come together and work as a unit. And I think Grasso Tech is a really great place to make that happen. So.
And correct me if I'm wrong, April 7th was the spring
concert was yesterday. We're tired.
How'd that go?
It was good.
I thought it was great.
We both had a solo.
They did.
Really?
They sang very well yesterday. Yeah.
And that was for the choir. So what song did you guys sing?
Osifuni Mungu was the one we had a solo in. And we sung...
Little David.
Yeah.
Couple gospel tunes.
Your Heart Goes With Me.
Round. Oh yeah, a little salsa merengue business. That was fun.
And did the band perform at all?
Yeah.
Yes. Barnstormers March.
Yeah.
There was Fields of Clover. Abington Ridge, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then if people who aren't involved in the band or the choir, if they want to sing or perform an instrument solo outside of the programs, are they allowed to? Do they have that opportunity?
I mean, there are some. For instance, I think Family Engagement is doing a coffee house fundraiser or event. I don't think it's even a fundraiser. I think it's free. It's on April 22nd, I think, at Grasso Tech, open to anybody. I think there's even food there, a pasta dinner maybe. But students are able to perform there as a solo act if they want to. And anytime I hear a student who is interested in music or wants to do anything, I mean, I just pounce on them. I want them in my program. So I usually try to get them in the door and make sure that they are in the band or the choir. And my dream is for everybody to be in the choir.
So everyone is welcome.
Everybody.
Anyone who is interested, they have the ability.
Yep.
All right. Well, as we wrap up, are there any last, comments you'd like to make?
Anybody who's listening, applications are open. So you can apply online, I think, and if not, there's definitely a link to find information to apply. Our freshman orientation happens in May. I want to say the 22nd. I could be wrong. You'll have to look it up online. But applications are always open, and you can always call if you want to stop by and check out Grasso Tech. You are welcome to stop by. We'll give you a tour, and you can even come to choir if you'd like.
All right, well, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you'd like to reach me, you can email me at yoursschoolinrealtime, real spelled REEL, @yahoo.com. And if you have any more questions, please let me know. Thank you.